Hey, what's up, YouTube? Back again with another reaction for Smackdown. I didn't have a chance to do it after Smackdown went off the air. A couple things to talk about if you haven't seen it yet. Brock Lesnar, I know, I can't stand him either. The guy's a complete waste of time. Is now going to Monday Night Raw. And the only thing I can think of, and I'm sure many other fans have thought of as well, is because now that Bray Wyatt has the Universal title, he will now be staying on SmackDown with that title. Which is fine with me. I honestly think Bray Wyatt's been underutilized for quite some time since he's been there. I mean, yeah, he had a WWE title run, and I think maybe it was only for maybe a month. I could be wrong. It could have been a little bit longer. But, yeah, Brock. Yes, and I know this is all entertainment, and it's not real. But yeah, I can't stand Brock Lesnar. He is a complete waste of time. He just comes in to collect a paycheck and then goes off. He doesn't have the passion for the business anymore like he did when he first showed up. And I honestly think that's because of the UFC. Now, on another unrelated Brock Lesnar story, because I'm sick of talking about him, NXT. Oh my God. They completely decimated the SmackDown roster. You know, it's going to be Raw and SmackDown versus NXT, from what I heard Triple H say. And if that's the case, it's going to be an all-out war. And me as a fan, I cannot wait to see everybody from NXT, you know, showcasing their skills on the main roster. You know, if they're ready, if they're not ready. You know, Triple H sees how good they have been doing and realizes their potential to put them on the main stage. And I think that's awesome. You know, Tommaso Ciampa, Adam Cole, you know, Shayna Baszler, you know, just all the NXT superstars have been killing it. And it would be nice to see if, when Survivor Series comes, that NXT gets that one up, because, you know, they're down there doing their thing and they're doing great. But I honestly feel that the NXT roster feels they should be part of what they call the main roster. And I honestly think they should. They shouldn't, you know, be looking back and going, oh, well, you know, SmackDown's doing so well, or Raw's doing so well. You know, they're considered, you know, main roster, main event caliber guys. You know, we're down here doing the same thing. So why can't we have the same, you know, opportunities that they're having? And I would totally agree. But, you know, Survivor Series, you know, just around, I think, maybe 3 or 4 weeks away. It's going to be amazing. I can only imagine what they have in store for Survivor Series with NXT and Raw and SmackDown. How they do it, you know, we don't know, because, like Triple H said, NXT fired the first shot. And tomorrow night on Raw, maybe Raw gets a rebuttal. Who knows? We'll just have to wait and see. And that's pretty much all I'm coming on here to tell you today, was my reaction for SmackDown and how I think it went. I think it was amazing because of all the superstars still, maybe not still, but that were stuck in Saudi Arabia for Crown Jewel, which Crown Jewel, I saw highlights for it. It looked great. You know, Natalia and Lacey Evans, you know, did their thing. being the first ever women's match in Saudi Arabia. I thought that was great. You know, bringing that kind of a match over there where, you know, women can't do anything, you know, where there's a whole group of guys. I don't get it either. But that's, I'm never going to put politics on my channel. It's not something I'm for or against. It's just, you know, people have their different variations for things, and politics, it's just not my thing. But, you know, Monday Night Raw tomorrow night on USA Network. Sadly, we got to deal with Brock Lesnar now on Monday Night Raw. Again, can't stand the guy. Think he's overused for as much as we see him, and that's not often. I mean, just lose the title, go back to UFC. You know, that's where you belong. Or just retire outright, you know. I think I'm one of many that can't stand the guy. You know, he, again, like I said earlier in the video, he comes in, he collects a paycheck to go pay a bill, and then he's gone for months on end. I don't consider that a champion. I don't. You know, a champion is somebody who's there for the product, there for the fans, whether you're a heel or a face, bad guy, good guy, if you don't know what heels or faces are, which I think most people do now. But anyway, a champion to me is someone who shows up, you know, week after week, pay-per-view after pay-per-view, show after show, whatever the case may be. That's a champion. A champion is somebody who should be liked or disliked on a weekly basis. You know, not just show up when you want. And Vince is just gonna let him do whatever he wants. And it's not right for, you know, longtime fans like me. You know, I've been watching WWE since it was WWF. You know, and you know, Stone Cold never sat there and said, you know, Vince, do this and make me just a part-timer and I'll show up when I want to. Oh, you know, Rock never did that. Austin, like I just said, Triple H, you know, Shawn Michaels. You know, none of these guys took, you know, months off at a time just because he could. Just because his contract states that he could. You know, if you can't physically do the job on a full-time basis, you shouldn't be doing it. And that's Brock Lesnar. And if I get hated for all this comment, this is my opinion. My opinion is I don't like Brock Lesnar. You know, Paul Heyman, I love Paul Heyman. Heyman's his mouthpiece. He's been his mouthpiece forever. You know, don't get rid of him. I have no problems with Paul Heyman. Paul Heyman will actually show up every couple of weeks. You know, it's not a prediction, it's a spoiler. It's something. But that's the end of my rant for Brock Lesnar. I'm sorry, I just can't stand the guy. And it's just my personal opinion. But, yep, you know, again, Monday Night Raw, tomorrow night, 8 o'clock on USA Network, at least in Jersey and most of the outlying states that are around me. You know, catch it when you can, wherever you live. But yep, that was pretty much my reaction for SmackDown. I'll probably come back on Wednesday and do my reaction for Monday Night Raw, only for the simple fact that Monday and Tuesday I got work and Wednesday's my day off. This is now Sunday that I'm recording this, because Sundays, Wednesdays are my day off, at least until the end of the month. Then I got Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, you know, for Thanksgiving and everything. I don't know if I'll do anything for that, but if I do, you guys will be the first to know. So hit the like button, subscribe if you can, leave a comment. I'll get to you if I can. And this is Scott saying so long.